Hey guys, this is Brandon Elam. It's the evening before the 2025 Kentucky Spring Turkey season. I'm over here at a farm going to try to roost a bird for in the morning. This farm that I'm on, it's been good to me over the years. I've killed some birds over here. It's a good spot. I'm going to concentrate on 3 spots over here on this parcel of this land. It's a pretty good sized farm altogether, but this one in particular spot, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to concentrate on them places right here in a few and try to get a bird roosted. If they don't, or if I can't hear any or get any located, I ain't saying that they're not there, because sometimes they won't gobble. But I've got a couple other places in mind that I'm going to try to hit before it gets like pitch black dark, and might try to get one to gobble so I'll know for sure. But that's the thing, sometimes these turkeys, they'll gobble and sometimes they won't. And, just because they ain't gobbling don't mean they ain't there. It just depends. They're like people, just depends on what kind of mood they're in a lot of the times. But I shot my gun there yesterday. I'm shooting 835 Mossberg with the Indian Creek choke and the Longbeard XRs. And my gun was actually shooting a little bit to the right. So I bumped it over a little bit. I shot it twice, and the first shot I thought I might have pulled. So I shot it again, and it was actually shooting to the right. So I bumped it over. Hopefully that'll line it out. I always like to try to shoot my gun before, hunting. Don't matter what kind of hunting it is, because a lot of times you get one shot, one opportunity, and you hate to blow that opportunity over a dumb mistake that could have very easily been prevented. So it's always best just to check your weapon, gun, whatever it may be, before you go hunting. But anyway, hopefully I can get a bird roosted for in the morning. If not, I'm still going anyway, and maybe a different ball game in the morning. Maybe they'll start gobbling over here, but I'm definitely probably coming to this spot. But we'll see what happens here in a few. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's me again. I just got back not long ago from trying to roost a bird for in the morning. I didn't have any luck hearing a turkey gobble or roosting one, and but just because they don't gobble don't mean they ain't there. Sometimes they won't gobble, and they're a lot like humans too. They're depends on if they're in the mood or not, and there's some stuff, variables and things that causes turkeys' behavior to be different. Weather's one I've noticed, like over the years. If it's kind of cold or cool and cloudy, that they're not real vocal. And but if it's cold and clear, then I've noticed that they'll be vocal and stuff too. But just depends on what kind of mood they're in. I've just noticed, like, a lot though on cloudy days, that they don't seem like they like to gobble or be real vocal and stuff. But it's gonna be cold in the morning. Probably low 30s. They're actually giving frost tonight, so that kind of sucks. I'd rather it to, kind of cool ain't too bad, but I'd rather it be kind of a comfortable warm morning and clear and, sunny and just clear and crisp, and just, I don't know, something about spring turkey hunting that, just the feel overall, it's good, but that's just what I prefer. But I'm going to try to sneak over there in the morning and get set up, or ease around till I hear one gobble. And if I don't, I'll just pick a place that I think's good and set up and call a little bit. And as the morning progresses, maybe they'll turn on and gobble a little bit. If not, then I'll just, maybe move around a little bit or keep sitting there. Sometimes they'll actually be around and sneak in on you, and they won't gobble. But that's just part of hunting. I'm actually trying to get all my stuff together right now. I've got my turkey vest out here, my calls and stuff I'm going to video with, and just trying to gather everything up, make sure I got everything for the morning. Instead of trying to hunt everything up in the morning and gather everything up, and then you sometimes you might forget something, but it's something I like to do, just get everything ready. You know, sometimes you may oversleep or run late or whatever, but yeah, hopefully we can do some good in the morning. But if we don't, we just keep going until we do. That's just part of it. I think Joseph, he's got a place picked out in the morning. He's gonna try to go. I talked to him earlier on the phone, and he's got a ball game. His little boy does, so he's only gonna get to hunt a couple hours in the morning. But he's got a place in mind, and there where he's going, it's usually a pretty good spot, so he may have some luck. But yeah, I guess good luck to everybody in the morning. You know, with the opening day's always good. You know, everything's fresh, turkeys ain't call shy, and everything else. It's just a really good time to be in the woods that opening day, or it is, or I think so. You know, sometimes it gets to where birds will get call shy if they're hunted a whole lot or shot at and missed or hit and not killed, or just the pressure. You know, sometimes that has a lot to do with hunting too. And you know, but just part of it. Just keep going until you get the right bird, and just keep on keeping on them. That's all you can do. It's part of hunting. But anyway, I'll hop off here and get the rest of my stuff together. But good luck to everybody. Stay safe. We'll keep you updated. Hey guys, this is day 2 of the 2025 Kentucky spring turkey season. I'm headed back over here to a spot to where I was at yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, there wasn't a whole lot of gobblers gobbling close to where I was at. I heard several. I'd say I heard 10, 12 different birds yesterday morning, but none, you know, within reasonable distance of me. I actually heard one bird. He gobbled good, but I think it was them jakes that I called in yesterday morning, because I heard jakes gobbling and I heard one good long gobble, but it wasn't like it wasn't a short gobble, but it wasn't like what you would call a real stout gobble either. And I think it was one of them jakes that just done a regular gobble. But anyway, I called them in. They come in probably 25 yards. Had 3 of them come around to the decoys and everything. It was a pretty hunt, man. That sun was coming up. There was fog coming up, and I was on that ridge top. And I don't know, man. It was a beautiful morning. It was cold, but I heard them birds, you know, off in the distance. I'm actually going back over here. I'm not going to get set up exactly where I was at yesterday. I'm going to get set up in one of the 3 spots I had in mind where they was at, because yesterday morning, after about midday, I'd actually worked Gobbler. I worked him for about 1.5 half, and I never could get him to fully commit. We'll go back over here and try to get set up to where I was working him yesterday, because I'm pretty sure he might be roosting pretty close to there where he's at midday. I want to ask him to dance. If he wants to dance, we'll dance. Hopefully he'll want to dance. We'll sure dance. But you know, that hunting, I tell you, it's turkey hunting. Sometimes, you know, you can go and everything just work out pretty as a picture, you know. And some of the easiest hunts, you just go, call a little bit, bam. Other times, you know, you piss some blood at the end of the day, and hell, you might see one gobbler. You know, it's just the way it goes. I mean, I've been on several easy, quick hunts, and I've been on several long, hard, dragging through middle of season, around the end of season, and I finally kill a bird. Just the way it goes, you know. It just depends on where you're hunting at and how the turkeys are. You know, if you hunt an area where there ain't very many turkeys, then you're probably not going to see very many turkeys. But if you're hunting in an area that's pretty populated with turkeys, you know, you got older turkeys, younger turkeys, and a little mixture, and you've actually got more gobblers than you do hens, then that's the fun hunting right there. I mean, you get all kinds of action like that. But anyway, I'll quit rattling on. I had to stop and get me some chewing tobacco this morning, and got me energy drink and another drink later today. But I guess I'll keep you updated and keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we can get this gobbler to dance with us this morning. Stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm reporting back in. I got one to dance. It took long enough today, but I had two to come in. And I ended up shooting the strutter. I had this strutter and a looker come in. It's kind of slow this morning. I got set up, you know, for daylight. And they usually roost right here. This is one of them spots that I was talking about. On my video I made, I was going to concentrate on 3 spots, but yesterday morning I went to one of them and caught some jakes in, no gobblers, and I heard turkeys gobbling all morning yesterday. It was just none real close for gobblers. After I had them jakes come in, I sat there a little while longer, and that was about it. So I got up and took off walking, and took me a little break. I just stood around a little bit, and come out here to where I'm at now, and had one burning it up. He come in behind me. He might have had a hen with him or something, but I never could get him to fully commit. I worked him for about an hour and a half. never did. So finally, I just called it quits for the day. I was tired and hungry, so I went on home. But I knew that he was around, so that, I knew there was one bird at least in the area. Well, so I come back to the same place this morning, only I got set up just a little bit different. Knew he was in the neighborhood, but this bird here, there's actually other birds this morning too. I'm pretty sure this is a different bird from the one I worked yesterday evening. But I heard these, the two that come in, this one and that other one, I heard them gobbling this morning. They was, shit, I'd say they was 400 or 500 yards off when I heard them this morning. And this morning after they was gobbling, they gobbled their heads off, him and that other one and some more turkeys, and after they hit the ground they just kind of shut up. And it been slow all morning, and I said I'm just going to sit here because this is a good spot where I'm at. Big wide open place. And I don't know, about 1 o'clock they fired up, and I had them come about 100 yards from me, and they locked up on the fence line, and I worked them for, shoot, probably close to an hour, and finally got them to break, and come in, him and that looker. This is the strutter. There's two that come in, and I shot the strutter. That other, he didn't know what happened. He kind of stood around after I shot him, but he then took off. But I tell you what, it's been one of them hunts today. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it done or not. It was just kind of slow, and they hadn't gobbled well for about 4 hours or something. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it worked out, got it done. So I'm tickled with it. God's been good to me. He's allowed me to take birds about every year. I usually tag out. That don't, I'm not worried about tagging out. It's good in a way, but then again, the way the population is, sometimes I wonder if it's always good to tag out. You take people that hunts all the time or every year and hunt in the same places, if they tag out in that same area every year, that itself puts a dent in the population, because the turkeys, they don't repopulate, like they should. And but anyway, I always just like to try to move around from different places. If you got the opportunity to hunt other places, it's best just to kind of move around, I think, when it comes to turkey hunting. But I'm tickled with it. I love it. But I'll quit rattling on. I was just going to give y'all an update, and we got her done. Thank you.